This is really a cool program that we started. It's now in its 13th year, so I'm just a part of it, but I wasn't here 13 years ago. But we have awards that we do every year, and we have an esteemed panel of judges of your peers. So other PSAP professionals that volunteer their time to go through all the nominations and judge. So it's an independent panel, and this year we had 7 award categories, which we'll go through. We have the communications, top PSAP, the center director, line supervisor, telecommunicator, technician, trainer, which we had a 2-way tie this year, and a new category, the innovator of the year. Our first winner is none other than the host city, Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, and they were nominated for the outstanding handling of the tragic incident that happened at Mandalay Bay. The sheer volume of calls that they received and handled from either victims, relatives, there was radio traffic from even first responders, some that were involved in the incident. In such a short period of time was really remarkable. But even more remarkable was, that they knew a lot of the folks that were involved, but didn't hinder them. They stayed on duty. They worked tirelessly. Sadly, there was an off-duty officer that was killed that night as well, but that didn't matter. That didn't sway them. So. We want to give a big round of applause and congratulate Las Vegas Communications Bureau for just doing a fantastic job and keeping the bar high in our industry. Congratulations, Jason and team. You take a photo. So our next category is the Director of the Year. Well, I will say a few words about Lane. She comes from Bayside Communications Center in Wisconsin. She began her career as a dispatcher for the communities of Bayside, Fox Point, and River Hills in Wisconsin in 1997, and then she became a police officer. Then she returned to the newly formed Consolidated Bayside Communications Center. So they do dispatch for 7 suburbs of Milwaukee along Lake Michigan. And in 2012, as a dispatcher, she was quickly promoted to the supervisor position. 2 years later, she became director of the communications center. So she's done a really good job navigating the strong personalities of all of the neighboring jurisdiction to secure buy-in and funding to modernize the center. She's also demonstrated training excellence as well. She developed a role as a certified training officer, CTO, to oversee the quality assurance and dispatcher training and development. So in 2017, last year, their center completed 1,730 hours of training online and at conferences and at seminars. She created a program that they call it Fire Fridays, where dispatchers are giving weekly fire-related training to complete each Friday. And she's really results-driven. So over the past year, they processed 100,000 emergency and non-emergency phone calls and dispatched 80,000 calls for service with a remarkable average dispatch handling time of 24 seconds. So Sandy is from, she won the Trainer of the Year. This is a tie. She's a emergency complaint writer and CTO at St. Petersburg, Florida. So she's been on staff for 45 years. So she started in 1973. She began her career as a call taker and moved up to dispatcher and then promoted to supervisor. Ironically, she actually retired about 30 days before returning to work as a call taker on a part-time basis. It It wasn't long, though, before she was back working full-time again as an emergency complaint writer and a CTO. There she conducts on-the-job training for newly hired complaint writers and completes daily observation reports documenting each day of training. She assisted in training 12 new complaint writers last year in 2017 and has already been assigned to 3 trainees for 2018. She's very nurturing and encouraging to her trainees, and so you know, sometimes CTOs are often quick to point out errors or areas for improvement. She's really eager to focus on the positive and praise trainees when they handle events properly and show significant improvement. When working with their trainees, Sandy not only teaches them what to do and how to do it, she makes sure to explain why they need to do it. When releasing a trainee to work in a solo capacity, she literally gives them wings in the form of a charm, which I thought was kind of neat. So her professionalism and thoughtfulness make her the type of employee that you'd want to clone, as of many of these folks. I'm sure you want to clone them all. And it's inevitable she'll retire again, but it'd be great to have her as a valued member of the department for another 45 years. I just want to say a few words about John. John has a remarkable career as well. In just 4 years of serving as Tompkins County's Communications Center Professional Development Coordinator, John has been successful in leading an APCO Project 33 training program certification. They're the only PSAP in the state of New York to be accredited and reaccredited. John's responsible for the intense one-on-one orientation training for new dispatchers, ongoing education to meet APCO's training requirements, and promotes integrity and quality of 911 services throughout his dual role as an EMDQ evaluator. He also serves as vice chair of APCO's agency training program, and in his spare time teaches courses to personnel from other agencies, such as a CTO course. He teaches a disability awareness training for first responders and serves as instructor for Communications Center supervisor, train the trainer, best practices for missing and abducted children. Ellie is a rock star, and I know this, because, so Ellie's been with Pinellas County for quite a while. Pinellas is a large agency in Florida, and they handle 1.2 million calls. You've been there, what, 28 years? 30 years, wow, so 30 years, so congratulations. She's extremely dedicated to 911 and highly respected by all of her 88 telecommunicators in the center, her peers, as well as the executive staff. She helped lead the department through the implementation of EMD and EFD and a major consolidation which more than doubled the size of the center. In June of 2017, the 911 center manager had retired unexpectedly after 34 years of service, and so they looked none other than the way of Miss Ellie. And she was a natural fit for the position, but you know, has retirement goals in mind, and so she respectfully declined, but she took on the task of being the interim director. Little did she know what was about to happen. A major hurricane, Irma, hit the county and really rocked it, I think harder than the county's ever been hit. And she took on the responsibility just before that storm, and there's a lot of preparation, scheduling, coordination, training, stress management that you had to kind of implement in a very quick amount of time. And she quickly went to work. This included setting up an emergency incident command system that would define each person's role before, during, and after the storm. With the help of a few others, you had to come up with a plan to implement it in less than 48 hours. You also needed to ensure that the 18 fire departments that you dispatched for were comfortable with the plan. And at the height of the storm, you realize that a lot of these folks, fire, EMS, were not going to be able to continue responding to calls due to the high winds, potential flooding, down power lines, which is extremely stressful, right? Just knowing that as a call taker dispatcher, that they can't provide help, that's tough. In the end, you did a phenomenal job handling the natural disaster, and the Regional 911 Center supervisors concurred and collectively nominated and recognized Elliot for her superb leadership during the events. Pleased to congratulate Ryan Culver for PSAPs Finest Telecommunicator of the Year. Ryan comes from Ottawa County Central Dispatch in Michigan, and they are the primary PSAP for that county. They serve 6 law enforcement agencies, 21 fire departments, and 4 ambulance companies. It's the largest consolidated PSAP in the state of Michigan. Ryan's responsible for daily level of dispatching police, fire, and EMS units to complaints within Ottawa County. He's really great call taker. He places his callers and units on highest priority during any given shift during those times. When he's speaking to a subject who is panic-stricken, he has the ability, and I got to hear you talk, Ryan. You got the ability to use your tone of voice and inflection to calm them down, which is a just phenomenal talent, and allows you to get the necessary information to get help. You'll keep them on the line, reassuring them that you've done the right thing by calling or letting them know that help is coming, and keep them calm until responders have arrived. So that's just a really great talent. You answered nearly 10,000 calls last year, and your quality assurance evaluation score was outstanding at 95% on average, which is well above the group's average. So that's phenomenal. In September 2017, Ryan was awarded a Smart Save, which is because he utilized the Smart 911 chat feature to provide assistance to a caller using the application, which is really cool. Before you joined the family at Ottawa County, you spent several years with one of the local fire departments in the county, and your knowledge of fire service makes you so valuable to your team and all the resources around you when you're dealing with fire-related incidents. I don't know if they told you this, but they love it. Ryan's responsible for training the staff in CPR. He volunteered to train the trainer course through the American Heart Association to keep the center's CPR certifications up to date. And you saved your agency a lot of money, which I'm sure the director really appreciates, so thank you. Ryan's also a valued member of the CTO, the Training Officer Group. During your time as a CTO, you were successful in training 3 new employees, maybe more now. In addition to completing all these great accomplishments, you're balancing a newborn baby and a new wife. So keep up the great work. Brad started his career with the Missouri State Highway Patrol in 2003, installing radios and patrol vehicles at the Radio Patrol Shop. Then moved it over to the general headquarters and oversaw installation of the patrol's voice over IP system throughout the state. And I know those aren't easy, so nice job. Brad was a leader on the team and built the patrol mobile command and communications vehicle, MCCV, and deployed with the vehicle to natural disasters, civil unrest, inaugurations, sporting events, conferences, and trade shows. He was promoted to chief technician and developed the patrol's mobile device program. Brad was promoted to his current position of section chief in 2015 and supervises a team of 13 field engineers who build and maintain the patrol of Missouri statewide interoperability network tower sites throughout the state, as well as troubleshoot radios and patrol vehicles. Whenever a technical issue arises, he utilizes his vast knowledge of electronics, radio systems, and phone systems to diagnose a problem and formulate a solution. No job is too big or too small for Brad. You could see him up there climbing through the rafters trying to fix stuff. or focusing on large strategic issues as well. His strong work ethic is evident by his dedication to establishing and maintaining communications for public safety during natural disasters, when there's inclement weather, large events and things like that. Nice job. Last but not least is the new category, which we have is the PSAPs Finest Innovator of the Year, is Sean Shear. Sean is from Thornton 911 Emergency Communications Center in Colorado. Sean is the always forward-thinking 911 Communications Center manager. Thornton's just located just north of Denver, and your city's population is really skyrocketing. Sean has a long and storied history in public safety communications, having started her career as a dispatcher in 1998 in Adams County, Colorado. Under Sean's leadership, the center has been upgraded to all the latest technology, which is fantastic. Not easy. And it's going to get more fun, right, with all this going on, Next Gen and FirstNet. The Thornton Center is text to 911 capable already, which is really exciting. You also wanted to give the center to be able to receive pictures from videos from citizens. And you have a special process you set up. Sean also ensured that there was encryption on the agency's police radios in order to protect police communications, especially in critical situations. You're the first in the state to do so. Sean also led the way in implementing a new Code Red system for citizens at Thornton, a mass notification system. Code Red was rolled out last year and has been well received not only by the citizens of Thornton, but by other city departments as well, who utilize that system to notify the city employees of critical weather incidents. Sean also spearheaded a new mapping capability within the department's CAD system. In addition to spearheading all these technology improvements and innovations for your own department and city, you're also taking an active role in the public safety community. You're the past president of NENA for the state of Colorado. Very cool. And you are working with your supervisors to get them involved on many of the training committees on a statewide level to help guide state training standards. Nice job.